Okay, well, welcome, guys. Apparently, they changed more shit, but we are here.
What it motherfucking do be? It is your boy, Righteous ain't playing. And you are.
Chosen. Trying to figure out why they won't let me play my videos no more.
Hey, look, man. If you're gonna act remedial, we're gonna treat you remedial. Okay?
Nah,
Okay,
man,
Pat?
they won't let you. They changed it to where like now, like how we did videos, bro. They don't let you. You can't show none of your own videos no more unless you go to the paid plan, which is fucking crazy. So like, that's all we got until I go to a paid plan.
Hey, look, man, that shit funny because them niggas like, man, this niggas probably made millions off of the free stream yard.
Yeah,
Hundreds of thousands. You niggas ain't eating off of us no more.
yeah, they like, nah, dog. Like you can't play your music or none of that shit. You can't do none of that shit. Anything that's yours, nigga, you gotta pay for now. I'm surprised
Sheesh.
they let me show sure. I mean, hopefully they let me share shit. I don't even know. I logged on, that shit changed. But anyway, how y'all doing? Life has been lifing. I got an actual job, guys. So like that motherfucker been whooping my ass. A lot of extra hours. It, we got a show today. It's gonna be very fucking light. Cause hey, I just got off of 12 hours of work and I have to go back in just a small amount of time. Not even tomorrow, nigga. Today. So it's like we're gonna try to get it in. I'm gonna try to not be a narcoleptic and nod off. And hey, we probably gonna move to
Yay.
OB. Yeah, I know, right? We probably gonna have to move to OBS because I can't do anything here. So there's just no way anymore. I don't want to be to where I can't play shit. So I'm gonna have to figure out OBS, but it won't be next week. It'll be the week after when my regular schedule come back and I got 3 updates because they have forced me to learn OBS or at least the other broadcasting thing that I got. Look at her ass shows up when I'm sleepy with no topics. It's a great time to go. What's up, 420 girl?
Man, no man. What's everyone smoking in the chat, man? What you smoking on, Joe Up?
Grape, yes.
Grape gas. I'm gonna assume it kind of tastes like grapes and gas.
On the front end, it does have a little hint of grape. I forgot to cross the grape gas though. I will have to look. I heard it earlier. What's up, D-Line? And Anu always checking in. I'm gonna look it up real quick because I can't remember, but I think I like what it was when I looked it up. It actually was on sale, I think. Oh yeah, yeah. What it was this is Jet Fuel Gelato times Grape Pie. What it was I like Jet Fuel Gelato. Grape Pie. I tried to look up and see what it was, but nobody knows what grape pie is. It's an unknown strain.
All we know is this shit tastes like grapes and grandma's pie crust.
Oh, wait a minute. It says cherry pie and grape stomper. What was I looking at that didn't have that they didn't know what it was? I was looking at something I didn't know what it was. This is cherry pie and grape stomper. What is grape stomper? Grape stomper is commonly known as sour grapes. So I be like when I be shopping, usually I look and I try to keep going back because I don't know what the shit is. I almost bought something that had Blue Dream in it, man.
Ooh, man,
Yeah,
you
I
would
know,
have been
right?
highly disappointed, huh?
If it tasted anything like Blue Dream, yes, I would have. I'd have been mad. Grandpa Stash, I heard good things about that. Or I heard about it at least. I didn't hear nothing bad about it. I like to grow and eat those shit. I ain't gonna lie, it was one of my more favorable things to grow. It's pretty fire.
Ethos.
Yeah, it's always pretty big. Like I ain't never grown anything from Ethos that was not humongous. So that's why I said the other day when I was talking to something to be said about uh, developing there's something said about being lucky. I like look. I totally get the pushback of when I first was started making genetics, and I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna do one cross and that's it, and because my thought process was different. I was thinking that a lot of this shit was people that got lucky with the first cross, and then they worked off of that first cross. Well, the problem is I made the first cross and didn't work off of it, which is no big deal. It just depends on what you want to do when you breed. But I could not get why a person would work on one thing for so many years when there's so much shit out here. It just took me about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years to figure it out after breeding. Like, oh, okay, this is why a motherfucker would do that. When I look at a person like Ethos, right, his shit always is consistently humongous, usually. Usually, right? So to me, what that tells me is whatever he's using to cross, even if it is the first cross, he's already did some digging or breeding or looking into that first cross, which is something I didn't do. I was just like, oh man, smoke's good, seems cool, I'll cross it, which is good, which is good. But I just get the levels. That's why you say it was levels, and my thinking has risen to another level, not like a grand level or nothing like that, but yeah, another level to where now I can understand that shit and figure out, okay, this is why people do that.
Hey man, you know what, man? I tell you what's interesting about that, man, is I kind of always knew like why. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I felt like I learned that shit very early on. With like, cause you gotta remember when I first started, bro. Remember I was the pick and mix man. You know what I'm saying? I have 2-3 of these, 2-3 of these. When I buy,
Yeah, I remember.
I'm never buying like a whole 5-10 pack. But when I finally did get like a 5 pack and grew them all out, as well as how YouTube was back then. You know, YouTube back then, bro, you would learn a whole lot of shit. Now YouTube is mainly like entertainment. It's not like a learning thing for me no more. You know what I'm saying?
Better yet, shout out to Creative trying to bring the learning back to the YouTube. He was or tries to go live every day. I'm gonna get better at posting the shit in the description so y'all go check them out. But the 10 of y'all, 7 of y'all, 6 of y'all that's here or whatnot, the few of y'all that rewatch this, y'all I'm sure y'all sub to him. But he trying to bring back teaching people shit. Because I'm gonna be honest, man. I think a lot of the times what happens to other people is damn sure what happens to me. I don't want to go through the same thing over and over and over, even though I know it's new people coming into growing all the time. To me, it just get redundant, and I be trying to go on to the next thing, right? And I think a lot of people do. That's why it's less teaching, and also it ain't no money in it because you can't get monetized off a cannabis channel. So obviously, when that stopped, a lot of teaching stops.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think that's when I finally learned about that shit, like why motherfuckers work their strains, because it's like shit, man. You would start hearing people talking about phenols. You would start growing shit, and it'd be like, damn, this seed did this one, did like this. This one stayed short. This one got tall. But to me, y'all also know I was also the F1 man. Like that wasn't no shit that I was really ever interested in. Like, and the reason why I say that is I get it. When you breed down the line, what you're trying to do is make the best representation of the strain, right? But for me, what I wanted was for just people to grow that shit, find what the fuck they like, and keep that. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe all you got is big ass ethos shit, and you might need something a little smaller. You know what I'm saying? I seen niggas today, man, had some shit. They was like, I should have flipped earlier because this shit was already up in the lights. So maybe you don't need that big ass shit, or maybe you need something that's gonna add size, or maybe you need something that's gonna add color. You know, because hey, it might be a green pheno, it might be a purple pheno. You know what I'm saying? It might be several purple phenos. You know what I mean? And only one green. So just shit like that, man. I felt like. And I still will always feel like, to me, a F1 is better for variety. I feel like the F5 is better for showmanship.
Yeah, I think that what the key is keeping a parent around, like working with shit that you done bred to F4, F5, not putting it out, but using that shit as a parent, and then putting out the progeny of that, because I think that tends to pass a lot more of shit up, right? Like you know what it's gonna be because you developed this. So this, if I cross with two F5s that I made and took to F5, I would pretty much know this one's gonna bring this and this one's gonna bring this. So it might make a difference, it might not. I don't know. But it's just amazing to me how some people can be known for some things. Like again, ethos can be known for, nice size colors consistently throughout. You're not everything, but consistently. You grow 10 things, seven of them up us gonna be you have nice size colors, right? So like it's just nice to be associated with something specifically. So therefore, now you don't know what you're getting because you never know until you pop it, but you can have an idea of what you would feel like you should get. I guess that's what I'm saying, which is cool. I wish we could bring the teaching back, but man, look, once YouTube stopped paying, niggas had to go get jobs, and they ran out of time to teach. Shout out to Envy Closet Mary Grower. And a lot of them cats that was teachers, though, I will say, they actually ended up getting jobs in the industry, which was cool, just through growing on YouTube.
Hey, look, man, it's like old boy I was telling you about Zaza Genetics, man. You know what I'm saying? Like them, love them, hate them. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's one thing I at least respect about him, even if I don't necessarily agree with everything he say. You know what I'm saying? But I respect the fact that he's actually trying to use like the scientific, like that. To me, that's teaching. You know what I'm saying? There's certain terminology you use,
Yeah, I
shit like
enjoy
that.
every nigga perspective, for sure. I enjoy every nigga perspective. Yeah, see,
Hey, but this shit ain't the same because you remember,
I think
man.
we all
Hey,
did
look.
420 girl. I know I was right there lining with your ass. There was a lot of cats like Envy that was just showing us shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
That's
you
what
know
this
who
shit was
else
dope.
was teaching? You know who else was teaching, even though there was on some other shit? What's your boy name, Daddy G? With the tiger. We're gonna use tigers. We're gonna use tiger down here.
Man, that nigga was teaching the wrong shit.
Milk. Use powdered milk.
I'm not even saying that none of that shit work. I'm not even saying Miracle Grow don't work. Cause hey man, I've
Yeah.
seen niggas grow with Miracle Grow. My thing is it might not be, the highest super quality maybe, or maybe it might. Maybe that shit don't matter. I'm one of them niggas that think if your plant get what it's supposed to get, you cool. But for me to use some shit like Miracle Grow, I would have to do a side by side and not use Miracle Grow to see what I'm missing. Because a lot of times, man, when we do shit, experimental shit, or shit that we not supposed to do, or shit that no one else does, if the results are good, we don't know that, nigga, we were supposed to get great results and we got good results. But because they were so good, we was cool. We never explored further. I know it's like that with a lot of shit for me. Like I never have used a lot of light meters and shit like this because I feel like I'm cool. But if I did, I'm sure it would improve my shit. Right? Yeah, I'm never using Miracle Grow neither. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. But that's what goes with classically teaching to grow shit. That's
Hey,
what
look,
niggas
man.
wrong. Hey, that and the next thing too, it's a big difference between growing indoors and growing outdoors. Like, it's a big difference. Like, it's hard to get advice and growth style from a person growing outdoors and you strictly an indoors grower because they're not going to trip off a lot of things. They're not going to trip off a lot of bugs. You ain't going to trip off of the structure going to be different. You're going to be taking advice after a person that's growing outdoors and that criteria is completely different. And that's the next thing with Natty G too. Like you growing outdoors, so like you can't even really. When you started growing indoors, it was not as
Nah,
good.
I remember that. Look, man, that nigga used to have his garage back in the day. That nigga used to be growing out of a garage. I'm talking about old Natty G. You know what I'm saying? Like before that nigga started working this plot of land up here and driving the water to it. Now before all of that shit, that nigga was in the garage, and that nigga had man. When I tell you that nigga had so many fucking plants in there, that shit was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? And they look good too. But that nigga was doing all kind of shit like powdered milk and like just weird shit. You know what I'm saying? But that shit was working for him.
Too bad he deleted all his videos because I would love to go back and see that shit. That was like probably prior to the landlord incident, I would guess.
You know, the life says Miracle Grow is only for roses and stuff like that.
For sure. I would agree. Although I have used Blowflex on roses and shit like that. And it did work. Chickens running around like crazy. Yeah, for sure. But that's just a rule of thumb. Pay attention. And not even, I'm done talking about Natty, but just in general, pay attention to how they're growing and what they're growing and where they're growing. Because a lot of their advice ain't going to work for you. And just be willing to try shit. Because a lot of shit, man, people tell you can't do and you actually can do it. But the results you get might not be optimal, but they might be good enough for your situation, depending upon what your situation is. Like, you know, a nigga tell you if your tent got a hole in it, a little pinhole in it, you know, that's what causes harms. When, hey, man, you and I both know we seen Kush grow with a whole taped up tent. Man, I got a tent right now that look like the solar system. When I turn off the lights and the lights on inside, nigga, just look like stars everywhere in that room. You know what I'm saying? Because of the pinholes, which I actually am getting ready to get rid of that tent. You know what I'm saying? But nothing harms in that motherfucker, though. Not from the pinholes. I've had shit harm, but just from shit itself.
What you think about Flex Seal? Would you ever use that on it?
That's interesting. Well, it's too far gone now, right? Yeah, I would have to flex seal the whole fucking tent. Like how he be in that boat. I would have to flex seal the tent. I had to flex seal all of that shit. But I thought about that.
Now look, this the other thing too, man. Hey, back in the day, this the difference between new YouTube and old YouTube. Old YouTube, bro, I promise you, nigga, it would have been a series called I Flex Sealed My Tent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that series would have been hard. Niggas would have been watching that bitch like, oh.
Hey, that's why I feel like people, shout out to Bill's LED, people like that, he was a nigga that I learned a lot of shit from, because when I first started growing, man, I didn't do that so much, but that was just practical to let me know what people was like, oh no, you gotta up pot your plant. No, you don't, because I know a nigga that never up pots his plants and they look just fine. Can they look better? Probably. But in my situation, not having no money and this nigga bending and breaking the rules and still getting results, hey, I need to follow him right now. Right? So like 9 out of 10, it's a grower in your situation. Right? So you might want to, back then anyway, it was a grower that was going to be in your situation. You might not have wanted to spend money, or you might have had money to spend. Whatever you was doing, it was somebody you could go look at. Like, I didn't have no money, man. I started with a cardboard box, right? And Bills was a nigga that was growing with CFLs, like making a whole fucking. And I started doing that shit because, hey, guess what? I can actually grow an ounce or two of weed in a cardboard box with some CFL lights, man. Cool. You know what I'm saying? And then when you start growing them motherfuckers in them 32 ounce cups, oh, big ass
64 ounce, big gulps.
Yep, big gulp cups, nigga. What's up, Django? Big gulp cups, man, and just growing 3 foot plants in a big gulp cup. Now, couple things. Hey, what I didn't realize then, what I know now is
That nigga was watering 7 times a day.
Man, 17 times a day, dog. 17 times a day. You know what I'm saying? But hey, he was getting results, and they may have been or may not have been. I just say may not have been because I know how things are now. And it was times when I thought I was fucking killing it. And I go back and look at them videos, and I'll be like, God damn, that shit look terrible. Nigga, you had no idea, did you? You had none. Now I understand why people were saying the shit in the comments, one or two. Because, it was one or two people that had been doing that shit for a while that would say, like, hey, what the fuck are you doing over there, man? But everybody else would be like, man, looks great. Fire. You know what I'm saying? So, like, but it'd be one or two people would be like, man, you might want to consider stopping forever. Forever.
Man, but you gotta take that shit with a grain of salt, because you also get niggas on your page to say shit like, look at the purple stems. You're doing it wrong. Bitch, shut up. Give a fuck about these purple stems.
Then to the
Fuck
cheap
you,
ass
dude.
LED blurple lights, man, where I found I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I found my old panel. I don't know if you remember it. It was a panel. I was so proud of that light too. It had 6 cob lights surrounded by blurple lights. Oh my god. It looked like a version of the optic. It was way before optic though. But it was like a version of that. I still got it in the closet and I came across it trying to clean this motherfucker up. And I was just like, damn, dog.
Organic herbs.
We've
420.
been in, we've been in a lot of what up, organic herbs? We've been through a lot of waves, bro. Like, it was the HP because I feel like that's why I do feel like I've been around because I do remember when it was CFL and HPS. You know what I'm saying for
And LED.
indoors. Yep.
No, I remember motherfuckers was even like metal highlight.
Yeah, metal highlight. You know what I'm saying for indoors and all of that shit was so hot. And I just remember all I wanted was an HPS light. And when I got one, I proceeded to cook every fucking thing because those lights were hot as shit, right? And I just, man, remember when the LEDs came, I was like, man, it's the move. LEDs is the move. I mean, I was there for the whole LED versus HPS battle because that shit was a battle. And we see what won. We see what the fuck actually ended up winning.
You know
But
what? But you know what was in between that was, I know it was kind of short lived, was CMH,
mm-hmm.
ceramic metal
CMH
highlight.
315, nigga, or 630. I remember them
Yeah.
motherfuckers. And, and,
And
and
right
all of
before
that
that
shit
was
was hot.
the double ended HPS.
Yeah. Which I do think, I will say this, I do think that Spectrum was probably a way better spectrum for the plants. I feel like it was closer to the sun more so than the LED lights. I think the LED lights, or what was that? Crop Stern, right? And who had put that up, Major Crop Stern back in the day. I think that the LEDs just honed in on a specific type and look of weed and like made shit look different and better, right? So like I wonder if niggas was still using HPS, how to press it, how the weed would look pressed, or with the same strains dump as much as they do, or would you get less now? Because when I used LED, I had, I had trichomes everywhere. I used HPS and the actual overall bud was bigger, but I got less trichomes. So do I get less to press? Like did the LED lighting technology make it to where like bubble hash and
Nah,
shit
I
like that?
disagree. I'm gonna
No, I'm
tell you why.
asking. I'm just
Well,
asking.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you why that's not the case. The reason why I don't think that's the case is because most of the hash and most of the rosin is made from outdoor weed anyway. So, they pressing that shit anyway. It's all getting washed and pressed. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Now, will you have more trichomes overall? Sure. Sure, you're definitely gonna get more. But I think, and this is just my opinion, I think people really moved away from large indoor grows. You know what I'm saying? I think the large grows obviously is outdoor, but I think most places is trying to do that motherfucking light depth shit.
That's why I feel like the LEDs come into play. That's why I was just going to say with the light depth because you getting both, but you're still tuning in that light to get those trichomes. I feel like right because I agree with you. Right, it's way better to do light depth indoors. You know, with a little facility. Or even a situation that you created yourself. You might have had a hoop house outdoors and do light depth your goddamn self, right? A situation that you created. But I think that light depth is just what a lot of motherfuckers doing because you do get the best of both worlds with that. Is what I think. I would love to have, uh, man, if I could ever do it. It's just so hard, man, because life be life. But if I could ever do it, I will buy this house, buy a house. But in the back, I wanna like instead of a garage, I want my garage to just have open, not an open top, but like the top be glass or thick, some type of thick shit like that, right? And just the inside, I'm still gardening on a concrete ass floor and surface, but I'm able to harness the power of the sun through the top or cover that shit up. I'm gonna think about how to do that. 'Cause that's really what I
That
want
nigga
to do.
said he want a glass roof on his garage. Y'all hear this shit, chat?
Yeah, just like how
On the
they be in
stream
the
last
old
night.
school, how they used to be in the old school glass greenhouses. I don't even know if they still got them, but I would just want my roof to be like that. Or maybe, man, I don't know what type of material. I just want it to be clear so I can get the sunlight, but I still want a concrete floor and shit like that. Like I don't want to be on dirt. I want to be pots in the concrete floor, but I just want to harness the power of the fucking sun, right? And still use my LEDs, but just not as many, right? But still harness that motherfucking power is what I would like to do. I don't know how much anything like that would cost. You know what I'm saying? But that would be what I would be looking to do. And what we talk about, what I be talking to you about now that I actually am doing this shit just for me, for real. It's like, is it even viable and feasible to spend a bunch of money like that when I'm just really just growing cannabis for myself? It's like, damn, that's a lot to do just for yourself. But god damn it, I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know it's just me, I would still love to do that. Now I would probably like a lot of people doing, I would branch off and like other vegetables and shit because I probably won't need a whole bunch of weed like that. You know, I probably can't see me, man, working and maintaining something that large, right? That would have to be still fun. A pork shoulder, that portable sun. Yeah, we was talking about HPS. That bitch is closer to the sun. I do like that light spectrum better. I think that's why the plants was more blown out. You know, closer to like if you outdoors. They look closer size wise, closer to and you know size and structure wise, closer to what outdoors look like. But it's crazy how you can grow a plant outdoors and indoors and it look different, just like you can grow a plant with HPS and then all LEDs, that bitch look different. That's what that's why I figured that the HPS, whatever the light cycle or whatever it is, I feel like it's closer to the sun. I could be wrong though. That's how I feel.
Man, hot piece of shit. HPS.
Big up Pip, the real family man. Yeah, that nigga always be cooking and keep some bunch of children around. That's how you know he the uncle of the neighborhood. I'm gonna try to share this clip. I wonder if it'll let me see if we can. We don't really got no topics today, y'all. We just talking like a motherfucker. But I do wanna. Hmm. I do want to try to share this screen. But first, before I do that, let me make sure I don't share nothing fucked up. What are you sharing over there?
Man, I don't want to say what the fuck. Boy.
Look at where your mind went to. Good God. Can y'all see that? All right, we got it. Oh my gosh, that don't look good. Oh, let's try that. All right.
Load it up.
Give me some shit. There's some shit we gonna talk about. I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna react to it at the same time with y'all. Stop the goddamn music. All right, and let's see if this y'all can hear this shit. Of course y'all can't because I got it muted.
Area. I love Northern Cali. I'm just jealous because they have decided the trends, the flavors, the overall direction of the za industry for the last 20 years. What's your thoughts, though? Bay Area. Just kidding. I love the Bay Area. I love Northern Cali. I'm just jealous because they have decided the trends, flavors, overall direction of the za industry for the last 20 years. What's your thoughts, though? Bay Area. Just kidding.
Okay. Interesting. What are your thoughts? I know you got a lot.
Nah, I mean, I think that's a very true statement. I think they have, but I think it's going to change. And I think, well, it's not that I think it's going to change. As long as the motherfuckers got the packs, you know what I'm saying? They always going to decide the flavors, right? But once places start growing their own specific strains, like I know what's that, Pure Michigan, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be certain places they're going to be known for their own particular strain. At some point, somebody's going to have to do it, you know what I mean? Now, will it become a staple? I don't know. But I think that as you start getting, you know, breeders from other places, you know, I think what most people, so you got growers and you got breeders, right? And I think most of the people who are growers, they want to grow what the packs are. So whatever, you know what I'm saying, is not, you know what I'm saying, like hot. You know what I'm saying? That shit's always going to have a spot in a grower's tent. Most growers' tents, put it that way. You know? But I think it's harder to make a strain and make that shit stick, even if it's just in your local area. Like, what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to give that shit out to everyone. Everyone. And that's one of the things that I wish that I had done. Like, when I made strains like Indian School Road, like I wish, because I didn't have enough seeds of it to begin with. But Indian School Road or like Cookies on Camelback, man, I wish I had just gave this shit away. Like, just gave it away. And I wish I had done it in a point of my, you know, obviously that career is over, but I wish I had done it at a point in my career where I was still excited. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, I think that's what most places need. I think we'd be dope if you can go to 50 different states and every state got, you know, something that they motherfucking they got a strain that's popular in that state, made from that state. I think that shit would be dope. But yeah, I think they did. Just to get back on topic, I think they have definitely dominated and set the trends. And I think it's because they were so far ahead of the curve. They were, you know how long motherfuckers had farms up in, you know, up in Washington, up in California, because what they're really saying is California, Northern California, you know, Murder Mountain, all that shit. Well, they got all the fucking, they've been growing up there forever. What do you expect? Of course they've been setting the trends. Most states don't have a Murder Mountain.
Is that Sacramento, or is that the Bay Area, or is that North Cal?
Well, the Bay is like, you know, the Bay is definitely separate. It's not the same as Eureka. You know what I'm saying? Murder Mountain area is not the same, but a lot of the shit's coming down through the Bay. So you got to think where those first packs are going to go to is going to be the places that's closest. So those are the people picking through the shit. Then you also got them same people, they go up to Eureka, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them got ties up in that area as well too. So That's my opinion. That's what I've seen. That's what I've gained from that's the insight I've gleaned. To put it that way.
Oakland, San Francisco, San Jose. See, now when I think of weed, I don't think of the Bay Area. I think of like California, North California, like Emerald Triangle and shit like that, right? That's what I think about when I think of weed. So, like for me, first of all, I'll start by saying this. I tell y'all all the time, I'm like a weed baby when it comes to like knowing shit. And a lot of this shit I'm not finna go look up or nothing like that because I don't give a fuck personally. I care about what I'm smoking now. I don't care about where it came from. At the moment. That will probably change just like other shit changes. But at the moment, I don't care that much. I care a little bit, but not a lot. Cause it's like, all right, cool, whatever. Because of what you said. But I'll talk about that in a moment. But like, for us controlling the game, I don't know, because I'm in the middle of the country, so we get every fucking thing late anyway, right? So like, it's a lot of other motherfuckers that control the narrative with shit. For us, we don't even be knowing where a lot of shit come from here anyway. The average person, I ain't talking about the cat that's like fucking plugged in and shit. The average person, man, they don't know nothing about where shit come from. So what I was thinking about, what I was thinking about is I think of Northern California, like Emerald Triangle, and I think them niggas will have and when I went through the comments, they did, in fact, have a lot of pushback, right? Because they felt like them niggas copied them. They copied the shit that they did, well, at least according to the comments anyway. I can't say what they actually felt like. According to the comments, what I'm reading, which could have been one person talking for a large group of people, which may or may not be true, but that was like, look, we had our shit in North Cali. Y'all stole that shit and copied it and made it popular. Now, again, I don't know where specific strains and shit like that come from. So I don't know who did what. I'm glad whoever did whatever did it so that I can smoke it at the end of the day.
Yeah, man.
10 Farm.
Yeah, man. I think that shit is like 200, 300 miles away from each other, right?
Yeah, so, it's a big difference.
Definitely. No, for sure. But yeah, for sure. I'm not saying it's not different, but what I'm saying is this. Where you think all them cuts is coming from, man? You know what I'm saying? Where you think, what I'm saying? I'm not saying that people in the Bay Area aren't breeding their own shit or making their own shit. I'm not saying that. But what I believe is just throughout the history, a lot of that shit came from that area, and they've definitely sourced strains from that area. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you go to Eureka, like I've been up there, right?
Right.
And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh man, I've been mobbing around through the murder. No, it wasn't even like that. But I've been through there, and that shit is so small and desolate, and like you know what I'm saying? Like, that whole area up there is like, it's just small. But you gotta think, you got people up there in that area growing thousands and thousands of plants on farms and settlements. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, it's just no way that, that a lot of the strains wasn't coming from up that way. A lot of the strains still coming from up that way. And what's the other place? What's that other fucking place? They got a whole seed company and shit. You know what I'm talking about.
C1010 Farms. That's what I was under the impression of. And that's kind of, I think, pretty much the same thing you're saying, right? Just the shit really started like up north in the Emerald Triangle area, right? Further away. So I feel like they are the ones that really control the shit by way of the genetics. So the niggas just took the shit.
That's what I was saying. That's literally what I was trying to say, man. They got first rights to a lot of them packs because it's the closest fucking place. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's why I said I don't agree with them setting the trend for the last 20 years. That's why I don't agree with that. If I had to, I don't agree. I feel like them California niggas up north is setting the trends, and y'all are popularizing the trends that they already set. That's how I feel. So I don't agree with that statement, but I can see why cats would feel like that. I feel like it's two layers. It's the cats that took, not took, but got the shit from there, right? And was like, damn, this is fire. And put just a mild, small twist on it. Just a very small twist on it. And now that's this. But the person that made that I already know, man, it's mainly my shit. You just, nigga, didn't even, you might have picked a different pheno or some shit or whatever, right? So, like, I just really, I can't prove none of it. And hey, like I said, I'm in the middle of the country based off of what I've seen and the side I've been under. 'Cause I haven't done any real research, y'all. I'm gonna admit that. I just based off talking to people that say they know.
But see, here's the thing. If you setting the trends, you're the niggas who picking it. So I'm sure they come down from that mountain, from Northern Cali, or people go up there and they going through the packs. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm gonna even just use an example, Rollo the rapper. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about, we all know he got caught with a whole bunch of pounds on that plane and shit. But, you know, just listening to interviews, even he did, coming from halfway across the country. Hey man, I got my homeboys coming with me because they gonna smoke through the pack. They know what's good and what's not. And the shit that ain't good, we don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, you bought 100 pounds and yeah man, we mixed 30 pounds of some bullshit in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas be knowing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but as far as like who's setting the trends, I do believe it is still gonna be them Bay Area niggas because they're the ones who are selecting and picking what's actually good and what's not good. Because if you can't sell your shit, then hey, that strain's not good, is it?
Yeah, but yeah, I agree. If you don't have anything without me because you're not the one making it. I'm giving you 10 things and you might only take two and blow them two up. But hey, those two are still mine and you got them from me. So
Yeah, we
like
got them from you, but I'm just
I
saying
don't
you didn't blow it up. I blew that shit up. I'm setting the trend on this shit. Cause hey man, we the niggas who saying we love this shit and we like it and this is what's going. Them
because I
other
made
8
it.
you had, yeah. But them other 8 that you had, you just keep those, homie. You keep them other 8.
Yeah,
These two right here, yeah, we gonna blow this shit up, nigga. We gonna blow it up.
and I will. You know what I'm saying? But again, you couldn't. It wouldn't be nothing to blow up without me. We didn't get much West Coast grain. We grew our own, and it was just as good as, and some of it better. Kentucky skunk is still some of the strongest, loudest shit I ever smoked. Yeah, and see that's the thing right there. It's a dirty game. That's the thing right there. Like it's good weed everywhere, right? But in terms of blowing shit up, just like you said, who's in Kentucky? No one. So like for me, it starts with the coast. I think niggas that's not in California really don't give a fuck if it was North Cal or fucking Sacramento. I feel like niggas outside of California just credit all of that shit to California. Period. We not picking through North Cal, South Cal, because that's not our shit. We just know it's California. So I don't think the world really cares if it's Oakland or if it's the Emerald Triangle. I think the world would say, nigga, California set the trends, period. Who cares if it's North Cal or South Cal, right? We just know California, the motherfucker that been setting the trends. I think that's what.
What's the other motherfuckers up there though, man? I've been racking my brain and trying to figure out their name. Cause then some it's some big farms out of like Oregon and Washington too, right?
It is, but I would just say in terms of the last 20 years, it gotta be California. The last 20 years. That's gonna change in the next 20 years probably. Because California had a tremendous head start on everybody. Like that shit was medicinally legal since like the 90s. So like they had a huge lead on anybody else in the USA. Huge lead, right? So like, yeah, of course, I feel like the last 20 years, Cali as a whole has been setting trends because shit, they had the ability to work with everything way easier and more than anyone else. Everyone else had to do it in secret. But now that other places get to do that shit out in the open, look at what happened with Colorado. Look at what happened with Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Shit is like, oh, of course, John.
Canada. Can't forget Canada. I was just
Of course,
talking
but
about BC
we was only talking. To me, I was only talking about in the U.S. because I feel like if you go over there to Canada, I feel like they'll call a lot of shit we smoke bullshit. They don't fuck with this shit is what I think personally. As a whole, it's gonna be people that it's always people that fuck with the weed, but as a whole, I think they would be like, yeah, America, nah, we like our weed. We'll take the Canadian weed, nigga. We'll take the BC shit. Y'all shit cool and innovative, but man, we got the good old cheese. We'll take those strains. I feel like they got more of the European strains, like, you know what I'm saying? What's a Canadian strain, eh?
God, bud.
Still the boot.
Yeah, man. I tell you another thing too, man. It's gonna be very, very interesting, man. Just to see how the weed game develops, man. Cause I'm gonna be interested to see if certain strains from certain states really do pop out, start to stand out, you know.
I agree, Django. Old school ass growers that don't want the fame or the money. Cause hey, moving forward, I would be one of those people. Moving forward, so I get it. Tuna Kush is what's from Canada. Hey, Canada, Tuna Kush, hey. Canada flooded New York for years. Okay. See, I tell y'all all the time, I'm a weed baby when it comes from information. So like, I'm gonna take a lot of this shit. You know, it's information, so I will definitely repeat a lot of this shit. So y'all better be right. What's up, D Mike? Y'all better be right, motherfuckers. Y'all better be right. So when I go to work, I'll be talking shit about how Canada flooded New York for years. Y'all, you better be right. I'm taking what you say is gospel. But yeah, in the next 20 years, it will be interesting because Cali won't have a head start like everywhere else. Then we'll actually get to see, is it really what they saying? Like, oh man, it's the good weather and the good soil and dirt. You know, they say all of that good shit about the Emerald Triangle, right? So I don't know because I don't grow outside. So I could not tell you, have no plans on growing outside. I know it's a completely different game and animal growing outside. I have no idea what would be going on. But it's going to be interesting to see because if what they say is true, we should still be a certain way, different than everybody else in the country. If y'all saying y'all land is fucking special, which I'm not disagreeing with, I'm just saying we're going to really see. And I think we're going to enter like how we had horses and no one rides horses anymore. We got cars now. I just think we're going into a time where everything is going to be so, the way that we judge weed is going to be a lot differently than we have judged it over the past 20 years. Obviously, I don't mean as far in terms of smoking it, because we're going to always smoke it and judge it. But I think that the way that it is marketed and being shown to people and access is going to be a way different way that's going to bring about different criteria that determines if your shit gets sold or not, right? And I think it's just the way that we judge shit is going to be different. Just like everything else, we just entering an age where computers are dominating every fucking thing. So even in terms of selection, right? A lot of people I know, they don't even go inside the dispensary to select. They'll look at the shit online and order their shit and then have the shit there and pick it up. Not everyone I know, but a lot of people I know do that. So it's just like, I feel like because we head in a more digital direction, the way that we want to the way that we choose our weed and access weed is just gonna be different than it was. It's gonna be way different than the nigga standing outside the corner store telling you he got the fire. Way different. I think we're starting to see it already. Also, the fact that we in an age where nigga everything on the internet can be taken as, if you type it and enough people like it, hey, it must be real. It's like we coming into an era of just like, again, people that if you like it enough, got that many, if you got enough likes, it's for real. I mean, I was making a joke when I said I go back and repeat what y'all said, it's gospel, but it is a lot of people that just look in the comments and will just be like, well, blase,
Such and such said it.
yeah.
Man, I was just sitting here, man, and you know, I don't expect the chat to share or anything like that. But man, you ever be high? Cause I'm high right now. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm on this Ghost OG. And you ever be high, man, and just have some weird ass, high ass thoughts? You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, did you ever tell us you was smoking Ghost OG? I feel like this is the first time I heard it.
No, man, we had to skip right past that, man. So yeah, but that's what I was smoking on is the Ghost OG right there, right? Yeah, man, I just had a old high ass thought. I'm gonna share it with y'all. Y'all can call me weird if you want. I don't have a problem with that.
That's weirder than that camel you drew. Go ahead.
No, this is out there, man. I was thinking about, man, what if you made a strain called Scandinavian Log Dropper? And then, right? And I'm like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Because I've had this strain tested all across the world. And for some reason, the people in Scandinavia, when they smoke this, man, they have to take a massive shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why this strain is named Scandinavian Log Dropper. Y'all forgive me.
Hey.
Y'all forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm high.
Why Scandinavia?
I don't know. That's just what came up in my high thoughts, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thought you might have knew somebody in Scandinavia.
Man, I don't think I know any Scandinavians.
Shout out to Scandinavia though. And shout out to all the people and niggas that make strains. Well, people and niggas are the same thing. Shout out to all the people that make strains, man, and just name them shits just because.
Hey, look, man, I'm serious, man. I had this shit tested, man. And 9 out of 10 Scandinavians. That was the part that got me. Because I'm just sitting here about
what the fuck? Cookies on Camelback. Yeah, Bill. Nothing tops that. Nothing tops that massive ass. I don't even know what it was. Camel. Bigger than the cars. With a cookie. Nothing fucking tops that. Bruh. Look, I'm gonna show my age, nigga. I need to see a picture. I wish I could screen capture that motherfucker. You can always pull it up here. And the fact that you had it on a refrigerator is even more crazy. Oh, this is so nice. Who drew this, your son? No, I did. I did. There are no children here. I'm the only one that did that. I did it.
Let's see something here. Let's see.
Cookity. Go and get you 100 packs. Man, yeah. Where's the guys? We gotta get on OBS. So I need all my assets back again. Man, that shit would be so funny. I would go right into the song right now. You already know I would. I just remember y'all just being on the line with this nigga. Cookity. That shit was so funny. Cookity. Go and get you 100 packs.
Hey, man. Click on that link, man. I'll put a link in the back chat and the front chat. The back chat and the front chat.
Back
See if,
chat.
see if you can share that link with the people. That boy high. That boy high, man. Man, really enjoy the OGs though, man. Feel like kind of knew that's where the game was going, but Ghost Edge is fire, man. They did a good job with this one.
Hey, let's try.
The fact that you brought that, you took special care to move that fucking picture with you.
Wait a minute. Maybe that'll help. Oh man, that's amazing. Let's see.
Streaming.
I don't know if they can see this picture of this goddamn cookie. Why the belly look like that, dog? Why the belly look like that?
What the hell?
Why do the belly look like that,
Bro.
man?
First of all, the fact that you brought that, you took special care to move that fucking picture with you. Because if you didn't put that, hey, look, if you didn't put that sign on that motherfucker, they didn't know what that bitch was. What the fuck is that? I'll read the sign. It's a
Oh
cookie,
my
okay?
god!
What this nigga oatmeal raisin cookie?
That nigga got the measles, nigga.
That nigga got a hat on.
We stole. We stole. Streaming.
Oh my god! Oh my god, man! That was fucking hilarious. I have that there for all time. All right, y'all. Whew.
Yeah, I do. I think I still probably get that picture somewhere too.
420. I'm gonna like this other piece of showing up.
It's 421. You're late. You cooked your barbecue, boy.
That's all right. Look, we were at a motherfucking hour, man. Hey, I enjoyed the freeform show mostly because I didn't prepare and I was tired. But hey, it was kind of like more of a discussion. I could ramble, and ramble I did. But hey, man, I had fun though, for
The
sure.
cookies on Camelback.
That fucking cookies on Camelback was.
I'll get you a 100-pack.
The
Cookie.
cookies on Camelback was amazing. Reliving that was a motherfucker. I would love to be able to play some music, but man, they won't even let me play nothing. So we just gotta actually, literally. Oh, it's so whack, man.
You gotta sign out, man. You just gotta sign out, man.
But hey, shout
Appreciate
out
everybody for coming. Shout out to the chat.
Django, D-Line 420 girl. Who else commented?
10 Farms.
10
Bye-bye,
Farms.
Gibson.
Jazz Warrior. Hey, that's
Mhm.
if we could actually do it back and forth like that, that would be dope. That'd be pretty dope. It sound like nigga like a radio station. But shout out to all of y'all for coming through. Appreciate the fuck out of y'all. For real.
Yeah, man. Everybody enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday fun day.
For sure. We will see y'all back for sure next week. I'm gonna be just as tired, but goddamn it, I'll be back. Do what you love. I'll be out. Righteous out. We all out. Go get high. Lay down. Have fun. Peace.